Use Me, 15mm science fiction skirmish battle campaign. These rules from Alternative Armies, written by Gavin Syme. Just one of many. They have a whole bunch of different versions of this rule. It's the same rule set, but it can be used for zombies. Last time I looked, they weren't available. Hopefully they're back in stock, because it's a fun little rule set. It's only about $5-6, and it includes the necessary ads for the Hoff. I don't know what Hoff stands. What is Hoff? What does that stand for? Does it say here? It says the Hordes of the Future range of high-quality 15mm scale. This is an example of the 15mm range that you're likely to find. These tentacle-faced guys. Hey, before we get into today's fight, I want to point out, and these are available from Alternative Armies. These guys, I kept calling the Gatungi. Look at these squatty little fellers. Here's how tall they are compared to, and they are 15mm figures. These guys, these space dwarves, are not Gatungi. The Gatungi are very similar, but they're more of an alien race available from Micropans, or at least they were a few years ago last time I checked. These guys are the Sons of Thunder, and they're available from rebelminis.com. Here's a heavy. He's got a big shoulder-mounted guy. So don't go looking for Gatungi. Go looking for Sons of Thunder if you're looking for some really cool space dwarfs. Hopefully, I remembered to correct that in the video description of our last battle using Use Me. Today, we're going to mix things up a little bit more. We're going to add some more wrinkles to the rule set. You are looking at the Prang, and the Prang have been tasked with defending a point. We'll get to that in a second. I want to go over the characteristics. The guy over here on the far left is a sniper. He's got a range of 12 inches. He's got an elan of 4. The 6 guys in the middle have a range of 8 inches. They just have a regular basic weapon. They all move 6 inches. And then this guy over here, this Prang in the trench coat, is their leader with an elan of 6. Oh, these guys have an elan of 2. So it's 4, 2, and 6. He has a superior weapon, does 10-inch range. Just basic. No bonuses, no penalties, just basic. They are tasked with defending a point. Now, they do also have an airstrike that's going to come in really handy because, oh, look at these bad boys over here. Again, the Prang are available. They're 15mm figures from Alternative Armies. Over here is their adversary. These guys have been tasked with destroying a point on the board. The boys in front are from Alternative Armies as well. This is part of their, oh, geez, I'm going to draw a total blank on the line name. It's Space Vikings Force. And as you can see, we've got 3 grunts. Now, they move 4 inches. They have a range of... All these guys in the front move at a scant 4 inches. The power armor here in the back, hassle-free miniatures. These are part of their... What do they call their stunty line? They've got like a Orin or something weird. It's got a Y in it. I can't remember what it is. The guy on the left, these guys are a little faster. They move 8 inches. They shoot with a range of 10. The guy on the left here has a chain sword, so he ignores all armor. Oh, I forgot to mention, the Prang over here, they're all wearing heavy armor, so they get a +1 on their penetration checks. This guy, the power armor, both this guy and the leader over here, they ignore that armor check because the power axe. See? And then this guy over here, he's got the big gun. That has a range of 12 inches. It's a heavy. As far as elan is concerned, the leader is going to be running around with these 3 guys. They have a combined elan of 4, thanks to the average. He has an elan of 5. They have an elan of 3. You add them all up, you get 14. You divide that by 4, you get 3.5, round up to 4. So they're going to be activating on an elan of 4. The power armor activates on an elan of 4. And the 2 heavy guys here with a range of 12 inches, they also they activate on a range of 3. So we're going to have a little bit more complicated initiative this time around than just Prang go, Space Dwarves go. This piece right here is the point that the Prang have to defend. The Sons of Thunder are looking to destroy this. They have to get 1 figure in base-to-base combat. Their power armor guys can attack it. It is classed as armored. They only have to do 1 point of damage to destroy it with a power weapon. Alternatively, if any of these ground pounders here are able to spend an action next to it, Then on the subsequent turn, it's going to detonate. So basically, they all have charge packs that are going to blow it up. But they got to be able to get in contact with it, spend an action, and then they have to get away from it because it's going to blow up. That's what we're looking at. It's basically a giant game of tag. The Prang, as you can see, I've put my guys, kind of scattered them around. You can't see the guys in the foreground. I mean, I can kind of spin. There's one right there hiding, and there's one hiding down here in the bushes. These, everybody asks, these are not koosh balls. They are some kind of, I don't know, it's a rubbery fake flower that I found. All these little weird berries were on a what would you call it, like a sprue. Bought it at Walmart for $1.50, pulled these off because they look like space cactuses. The next thing we have to figure out is, so the Prang are all starting where they're going to start. I'm going to roll a d6 to find out which table edge the Sons of Thunder enter from and leave from. And remember, they only move 4 inches on an action. If they spend an entire turn, they're going to move 6 inches. So it's going to be a little hard to get those guys up, and they got to save at least one guy. Oh, I should probably nominate. It's going to be, the table is longer in that direction, so it's going to be 1. We'll do 1 or 2, they come on the north, then 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that die roll is a 6. So they're going to come in on the west side of the table. I've allowed the Sons of Thunder to deploy 3 inches inside the battle group. Remember, they move very slowly. They have opted to put their fighty walker down here on the south, along with 1 sniper and their squad of 3 grunts. The boss man is going to get killed first. He's got the highest elan. He can start anywhere and move directly into cover. In fact, we may want to go ahead and just put him up here. That's probably better. And then we've got our other walker and the other sniper way up there to start swinging around and drag some of these Prang over there. The Prang leader is in the center by the objective, and the sniper is also in the center, thinking they're going to get to go before they get shot at. When we have a difference, when we have same elan, we're going to roll 2 dice. The red die will be for the Prang, the yellow die will be for the Sons of Thunder. Going to start with the elan of 6, and that is the boss man up here who can move a total of 4 inches right out of the gate. And he's going to move up to here, and he can move a second 4 inches, and we're going to put him, I guess, right there is pretty good. So he's got plenty of cover that he can use on his way in. Then it's going to be the... Oh, I screwed up. It's actually the Prang leader is going to go first, and he's going to move 6... He's going to move 6 inches to here. And then he does have a shot through cover at this guy here. Oh, except that he has a small arm, so his range is only 8 inches. Guy's out of range. So that leader moves. Then this leader moves. He was over here, remember, so that leader couldn't have gotten to him anyway. That's it for the elan of 5. Now we have to do the elan of 4, and this is where we need to do our first roll-off. The red die goes first, so the Prang are going to get to move all of their boys with a elan of 4, and that means the sniper. So we're going to bring the sniper on over to here, and then he has 1 more action, and he has a range of 12 inches, is it? Yeah, 12 inches with his sniper rifle. Firing through there, there's 12, so he's going to be at -1, shooting at one of these guys over here. Hitting on a 5 or a 6, a 4 is going to be a big miss. And I think that's it for the Prang at 4s. Now our walkers get to go, as do the snipers, and I think, is that all of them? No, the heavies and the grunts go on 3s. Are we down to 3s now? Yeah, we are. The grunts and the heavies. So let's start with the heavies. We'll race. Our sniper is going to trundle on over here, take cover, and he's going to take a sniper shot at this guy over here. That guy is within 12 inches, so he will be hit, but he's behind cover, so we're going to give him a 5 or a 6 to hit. That's a miss. Our other sniper is going to move 4 inches to the other side of this little hut. And he doesn't have any attacks, so he'll move up another 2 inches, and he'll just stop right there. Then our power walkers are going to get to go, and boy howdy, these guys are fast. 8 inches is going to bring him up to here. Ooh. Let's bring him up to here. And then he's got a shot here at a 4, 5, 6 to hit. So the 4 hits, we got to check penetration. This guy gets a +1 on the red die. So the red wins with a 3-1 to no effect. Then this Power Walker is going to move 4 and 4. He'll move up to here for his first move. I don't think he has a shot, so his second move will bring him around to here. And I wonder if you guys can see that. Yeah, he's kind of moving through the weeds right back there. The last guy that but he doesn't have a shot, and he used both of his turns anyway. So the last guys we have to move are these guys, and they're going to race 6 inches up to here. And at least one of those guys is in cover now, on his way in. This rock over here is where the band of mooks is taking cover. It being the Prang's turn, they can move a total of 6 inches. We're going to run this guy over here to take cover on that stand. Remember, these guys have an elan of 2, so they're going to be at minus... I just realized they're going to be at -1 when they're shooting at guys, too. And then we've got 2 more guys. Now, he is going to use both of his moves. He can move 9 inches to here, and this guy is going to swing around here and take a shot at this Power Walker off in the back. And let's start with his shot back here. The Prang all have a range of 8 inches. This guy is no longer in cover thanks to the Prang shooting around the corner. So that is going to be hitting on a 4 for the Prang. He misses. Who else has a shot? He ran. He has a shot, he has a shot, and he has a shot. So these 3 guys are all shooting over here. I'm just going to go ahead and roll all 3 of them. I think they're all within 8 inches, right? No, no, and yes. All right, so we'll do the red die is hitting on a 4. The other guys are hitting on 5s. So we got a single hit against this armored guy, and he is going to be at +2 on his defense die. He is rolling the yellow for defense. A 5 versus a 5 means no effect. He's still alive and kicking. And that's the end of the first turn. The leader is now going to declare what do you call it? An airstrike. And he's going to declare an airstrike. Where does he think these guys are going to go? Now, normally, if you're playing a 2-player game, you wouldn't tell the other player where that airstrike is going to land in the next turn. Oh, I should probably point out, that's one of his actions. So his first action is going to be calling in an airstrike, not on this turn, but on the next turn. And the question is, where does he want to put it? We're going to put that first airstrike right here. And on the airstrike, not only do you do that, you pick 2 more locations. And which way do we think they're going to be coming from? I think we go ahead and just kind of put them right here, 3 inches apart. Let's do like that. And then we better do it over here. So there's our third one. And on the start of the next turn, we're going to play this full turn. We're going to roll a die, and on a 4, 5, or 6, anybody within 1.5 inches of this guy is going to take a big hit. So is he, so is he. On the other hand, there's a chance these drift. We'll get to that next turn if we need to. For now, he is going to use his second shot. Is he within 8 inches? He is. Now, he has an elan of 6, so he gets a +1 on this 2-hit roll. But he's at range, so it's still going to be a 4-up to hit. The leader hits this walker. And now we got to do our roll-off. And remember, the walker has +2 to his defense, so it's a 4 to a 2. The walker survives for another turn. Then we do elan of 5, which is going to be the leader of the Sons of Thunder, who is going to come cruising on down, let's see, 6 inches. He does not have, he's going to have to race over to here. And then he's done. That's 6 inches, that's all he can do. Now we got to roll off for the initiative of 4s to see who goes next. The Prang are going to get to go next, and that means the heavy gets to go. That's this sniper here. We will swing him around to there, and he will take a shot at the leader right there. The leader is within 6 inches, not in cover. He's going to be hitting on a 3. Sniper hits. Then he's going to roll to see if he wounds. The Prang gets a 2, the Defender gets a 3. That is no effect. Moving on to the rest of the 4s now. That's going to be our walkers. The walkers can move 8 inches, so this walker is going to move into contact with this guy right here, and he's going to melee with him. He is just the standard walker, so we do our roll-off, and the yellow wins. He automatically hits. Yellow does a strike, beats him by 2. Now remember, the Prang have a +1 because they are armored. Beating him by 2 means that the guy is now injured. So he only gets to take 1 action from here on out. But he does get to make a counterattack. Unfortunately, in this case, the yellow die is going to be at +2. And with a 6 versus a 5, he actually manages to wing the power armor. Look at that. Great roll for you, buddy boy. So the power armor is now... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe he doesn't. Remember that every die roll when you are injured is at -1. So this becomes a 5. With a +2, this is a 5. A tie goes to the Defender, and oh, that's the advantage of running into combat, you see? The other Power Walker now gets a turn to go, and he's going to move 8 inches to contact this figure right here. I guess I'll put him, that's really the 8-inch right there. And again, he gets to make his first combat strike, and he fails to penetrate with a big defense roll by the Prang. So now the Prang is going to counterattack, and the Prang gets a total of 2 versus 7. The power armor is fine. Anybody else get to go? The walker, the sniper went. So now we go to the 3s, which is going to be the snipers and the grunts for the Sons of Thunder. The first Son of Thunder is going to run up and get engaged, and we'll move the bushes out of the way so you can see. There's a melee right there. And because these guys all have to stay close to each other, these other guys are only going to be able to move 6 inches like so. We have another melee. The Son of Thunder gets to attack first, and he fails to penetrate. The armored Prang is fine. But the other Son of Thunder is going to take it on the chin, and with a 3 versus a 1, he becomes badly hurt. Then the Sons of Thunder snipers have to go, and we're going to leave. So there's this sniper down here, and this guy right here in the corner is going to take a shot at this guy. Is the nearest non-engaged guy. He is within 12 inches, but he's behind cover, so hitting on a 5, that's going to be a miss. The other sniper will move up. He does have a shot. He's going to move his 4 inches to here and take a shot at this sniper, who is in cover. So again, hitting on a 5, and a 2 is going to be a miss. Then it's going to be the rest of the Prang getting to go. We will shift this Prang 6 inches. He's going to come over here and take cover. I'll drop him down so we can see him. And then I think, you know what I'd like to see in this game? If you take your entire turn to, if you use 2 actions to shoot, you get a +1. I think that's a reasonable thing. Be that as it may, he's going to move into contact and use his second action to melee the Power Walker. He gets first roll, and with the Power Walker getting a +2, that is no effect. Then we're going to roll for this. Oh, and then the Power Walker gets to make a counterattack. And with he's got a +1 to his melee, so that's a 7. He's got a +1 armor still, so he becomes winged. He's going to take a shot at the sniper who's who's in the bushes. He has a sidearm, does he? What is he shooting with? No, he's got a regular gun. Right, range of 8 inches. So it's -1, -2. He's only going to hit on a 6. Good enough. So we got to make a penetration roll for this sniper right here. And he has no bonus. So a high 5 means he doesn't take any damage. All that covers paying off for him. And then I got one more guy over here who doesn't... Oh, no, he just moved into cover, but he doesn't have a shot yet, does he? I think we're done. Anybody else? No, we do have a melee over here. The Prang is going to get first attack on a wounded guy, and it's going to fail to penetrate. So the wounded guy is going to attack back. He gets a 2 versus a 2, so that melee is a draw. And now I really do think we're done with the Prang. We did him. No, we didn't do this guy yet. Again, the Prang is going to attack. He gets a 2 because he's injured. The counterattack is going to be a 4 versus a 2. 2 more hits means this guy is now dead. And that's the end of the turn. All of our Elan units of 2 have gone. But things get kind of interesting. The leader gets to go for the Prang, but we got to resolve this first. The Airstrike lands, and that means anybody. Now it's actually a 2-inch diameter. Let me read the rules to you straight out of the gate here. High level air support, and they have in the rules. If you buy this, which I recommend. They do have long-range artillery support, which uses a larger blast template, but again, it has in the next turn, and then they have orbital strikes as well. They take 2 turns to land, except the template is 10 inches wide. All right, but what we need to do is know, roll a d6 on a 4, 5, or 6, the strike lands where it is, and nothing happens. So, because nobody's within 1.5 inches. 4, 5, or 6, the strikes land there, bang, 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 and that's it. There was a chance that they drift on a 1, 2, 3, use the deviation rules with a penetration value of +2 against anybody under that template. So that's once per game, 20 points. This is about a 150-point battle, smaller than the last video we did. That means our Elan 6 leader gets to go. He's attacking the guy in the power armor. And he gets a total of 4. I think because he has an Elan of 5, he gets a +1. He doesn't have any melee weapons, so a 5 versus a 5 is no effect. Actually, this is a 5 versus a 6, no effect. The power armor is going to attack back, and with a 6 versus a 7, no effect. Then the leader of these guys gets to go, and with a movement of 4, he's going to run bang into the sniper and make an attack. Now, the yellow die has a +1 on this, and the red die has a +1 as well. 1 for the armor. Oh, I'm sorry. I take it back. The way power weapons work, you ignore all armor, which means this becomes a 6, this is a 5, and the fearless leader has winged the sniper. The sniper, stand up, fearless leader. The sniper does get to counterattack, but he is at -1 now, so that is a 0 versus a 2 to no effect. That's it for the leaders. Then we move on to the 4s, and now we need to roll initiative. The yellows get to go first, and the game might be over here. This old boy is going to move into contact, and with a +2 to the armor to make it interesting, let's find out what happens. That's a 5 versus a 2, so nothing happens. This power armor is going to turn around and attack this guy since he's already hurting. And it's going to be ignoring armor. So a 6 versus a 5, because the Prang is wounded, means a second wing means this guy is now badly hurt. Then we got a couple of snipers to go. This sniper down here has a shot at only a -1, hitting on a 5 or a 6, finally gets the hit, rolls, the armor is at a +1, so difference of 2 means this guy is now badly hurt. And then we have one more sniper looking to go, but he doesn't have any, oh he does. There's a Prang hiding about, so he's going to hop over behind the bushes here, and he's going to try to pin down this Prang over there. He is within 12 inches, so he hits on a 5 or a 6, And that Prang is on a 6 versus a 5. He does manage to survive the sniper shot between these two guys. Then so that's it for that sniper, and the two power walkers have both gone. Now it's time for the guys with an elan of 3. Oh no, that's who just went, isn't it? Walker. No, the Sons of Thunder get to go. This squad is going to pile in, and they're all going to attack this guy. So we're going to do our first attack for the Sons of Thunder. Is going to be a difference of 3, and that kills this guy right there. So the second Prang has fallen, even with his bonus of damage. But that's it for that squad. Then we have the two snipers who already fired on 4 for some reason. The two heavies go on 3, the grunts go on 3. But that's all right, because we did those guys, then we did these guys, and now it's time for the Prang. Oh, that's what it is. He should have gone on the 4. So we got a fight there between the leader and the Prang. The Prang rolls a 5, leader rolls a 6. That ain't nothing. Or a 4, rather, I should say. And then we have an even roll, which is going to be a... Remember, the armor's ignored. So the Prang is at -1. So that's a 2 versus a 4. This guy takes a wound, and now he's down to that. And then we have the going on 2s is going to be the grunts. We're going to slide this guy around. He can move closer so that he can take a shot. He's within 8 inches. He's going to take a shot at the sniper who's in cover. He needs a 6 to hit, and he misses. This guy is going to move 6 inches. No, he's got to go. He's got to slow this guy down. Hey, I can't let you attack my power core there, guy. So we got a melee going here, which is a long shot. 4 versus a 7 is a miss. The power armor attacks back, and with a difference of 2, that Prang... difference of 1, because that Prang is wearing armor. So this is a 3 versus a 4. He is winged. He's going to be at -1 on all future die rolls. This guy's going to take a shot. He only hits on a 6, so he misses down there. We have a melee here, which is going to be a 1 versus a 6. Counterattack, that's going to be a 4 versus... No, a 4 -1. Yeah, 4 versus 3, so that's a miss on that side. Then we've got a Mook fighting power armor. The red die is at -1. That's a 0 versus a... That is a... Ooh, so that is a 0. Ignores armor. So this guy ignores armor. So this is a 0. This is a 1. This guy is winged. He dies on his own turn. So the Prang have lost 3, but and they're not doing as well as they did last time. Did we move and shoot all of them? We've got 3 of our grunts are dead. We've got 1 grunt, 2 grunts, and I think I may be missing one. Oh, and then there's our 3rd one. So yeah, we've done everybody. That is the end of the turn. Counter flips to turn number, what is this, like turn 4, turn 5, something like that? The Prang leader gets to go first, and this is him over here. I'm going to put him face to face. He is attacking that power armor all by his lonesome. Got to slow him down. Might have needed to put a turn limit on this one, but it's all right. 4 versus this is an attack of 4 versus a defense of 7. Nothing happens. The power armor is going to attack back, and that's going to be a big fat nothing. With an elan of 5, the Sons of Thunder leader is going to go. That's him here. He's attacking with his first action, and he gets a total of, that's a 5 versus a 2. That's nothing. And then the sniper is going to attack back. The sniper is at -1. He gets a 3 versus a 5. No effect. So that leader didn't do anything. Then we look at the elans of 4, and that's going to be is it the Prang sniper going first? Yes, it is. That's him there, so we got to do another round of combat there. A 6 versus a 6 is nothing. The counterattack, actually it's a 5 versus 6. The counterattack is going to be an attack of 2 versus a defense of 5, so nothing doing. Then we have, what are we on? We're on a line of 4, aren't we? Oh, now the walkers get to go. So this walker is going to attack here. And it's a straight roll for the Prang at 4 versus a straight roll for the Sons of Thunder at 4. No effect. Then the Prang attacks back, and it's going to be a 4 versus a 7. No effect. This walker has to fight the guy that it's in contact with. He is going to score a 1 versus a 0, which makes this guy wounded. The wound means on his counterattack, he's at -1. So the Prang rolls a 1, and the defender rolls a 5, and that's it for that melee. Walker, sniper, and now we do the Elan of 3, which means this sniper gets to shoot at this guy, hitting on a 5, that's a miss. That sniper is going to fire, hitting on a 4, that's a miss. And then we've got our 3 troops who are going to trundle 6 inches. And they are within 6 inches, so they're going to ignore those guys, at least he is. That's his first, and they're going to run like so. They don't have enough actions to get stuck in just yet. So that's the end of the turn. Elan of 6. We've got this melee going here. A big win for the Prang. A 6 versus a 3. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Even with the 2+, that's a differential of 3, and our leader has defeated, in hand-to-hand combat, the walker with his first action. With his second action, he's going to move over here and contact this guy. He's got to try and wipe these guys out if he's going to have any hope of winning this game. But then the dwarf leader gets to go, and he lays an attack on this guy. It's going to be a 5 versus a 5. The Prang sniper counterattacks. It's going to be a 2. Nope, that's going to be a 1 versus 1. Nothing happens. Roll off for Elan of 4. The Sons of Thunder get to move first, which means our walker gets to attack with his first action. He's going to get a total of 5 versus 0. He kills this guy, and then he's going to use his second action to make a melee attack against that. He gets a 4 versus an 8 for no effect. The Prang are now down by 4. They've only got these 4 guys left. The walker is gone, and then the other 4 is the Prang sniper is going to make his attack. And with a 5 versus a 6, nothing happens. The Thunder leader is going to counterattack. And that's going to be a 6 versus a 4, actually. Remember, he's wounded for -1. The power axe negates the armor. So this becomes a 4. And with those 2 wounds, he is out of the fight. That's it for the Elans of 4. Now we have to do the Elans of 3. That means the Sons of Thunder. We'll go ahead and start with the little boss fight here and see what happens. The Son of Thunder is going to roll a 2 versus a 5. Nothing doing. The leader is going to roll a 3 versus a 2. He wings a guy that's already wounded, and he goes down. But the other 2 guys now have an opportunity to attack this power core. So here's our first attack. The power core does not attack back, so an attack of 1 versus defense of 8, nothing doing. The second guy is going to attack, and it's going to be a 5 versus a 7, nothing doing. And I think, oh yeah, now the Prang get to go. So this Prang is going to fire up here at a -2. You know, he might as well, he can move 6. So we're going to bring him closer at least, get him into cover and away from that guy. Then he can shoot this guy, and that's going to be at long range for him because he just has, no. He's got a rifle, so he's got an 8-inch range. It's going to be a 4, 5, or 6. So he hits, and the Son of Thunder rolls a 5. The difference of 1 means that he is winged. And then we have one more guy up here who's going to take a shot at that sniper there. And with a 6, he hits. And with a penetration roll of successful defense, that's it for that turn. Moving on to the next turn, the Prang leader gets to go first. He's going to move into contact with, I guess, this guy? No, let's go ahead and move into contact with, oh boy, what do you do? We got to, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's block this guy out since he ignores armor. We do not want that power axe getting in the way. And on our attack, the Prang is going to miss with his red die. The power axe now attacks. That ignores. Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie. So, but it doesn't matter. It's a no hit there. Then the power attack. He makes his swing and he beats the Prang by 2, which does a wound to him. The Prang attacks back and does nothing to the leader. So we've got a 1v1 boss fight here going. And now that we've done both of our leaders, we got to do our roll-off for the Elan of 4. The Sons of Thunder get to go first. He is going to trundle, I don't know, I guess we'll go ahead and trundle him on over here. If nothing else, that lets me zoom in on the action a little bit more. So our heavy with an Elan of 3, oh, see, he doesn't get to go yet. He goes on Elan of 3. The Power Walker makes his attack on an Elan of 4, rather. And that is going to be a 5 versus a 4. So we've done 1 damage to the power core. Oh, I know what it is. The sniper's dead, so we don't have to worry about... No. Who? What? What am I looking at here? The walkers have a power of 4, and then the Prang sniper gets to go, but he's dead. Oh, so I don't have to roll for the 4s anymore, because it goes the walkers, and then on the 3s, that's when these guys get to go. So he comes out here, and that's going to be his sole move. And then the other sniper, who's just kind of dueling with the Prang up there, takes his shot, and on a 2, he's going to miss. And then it's going to be everybody with an attack of 3. So it'll be this old boy. Who goes? This guy is going to attack the power core. And he gets a 4 versus a 4. And then this guy's going to attack at -1, and it's going to be a 1 versus a 5. My dice are just, man, this is a really defensive battle. Or maybe that +1 or +2 is far huger than I give it credit for. We've got a couple of 2s left. We've got this guy's going to shoot at the sniper and miss, and then this guy's going to shoot at this sniper. And I think with a 4, is he in range? No, so 4 is a hit. He needed a 5. And we are done with the turn. We move on to this fight, boss fight. The Prang misses on his turn, and the power armor, that's a 3 versus a 0. He does kill the leader of the Prang. I think this game is pretty much over at this point. Because the next thing that happens is the Son of Thunder is going to attack. We're just going to be banging away on this until it goes down. That's going to be a 3 versus a 5. That's it for the 4s. Then we have the 3s go, and that's going to be this Son of Thunder attacks, and he gets a 2 versus a 5. The other Son of Thunder attacks, and he gets a 2 versus a 5. Maybe this is going to take a while. Then it's... Are there any other Sons of Thunder that get to go? Yeah, the snipers get to go. So he's going to move 4 inches to here and take a shot at that guy, hitting on a 5, so that's no effect. And then we've got a shot up top, hitting on a 5, no effect. And then it's going to be the 3 guys. So he'll take a shot at this guy, and a 2 is going to be a miss, and then that guy takes a shot, and it's pretty well bogged down. That's the end of the turn. So on the next turn, our boss is going to run in, and he'll take cover behind these 2 guys, and he's going to do his attack. Now, he ignores armor. So that is a 4 versus a 2 for the defense, and that blows up the power core, and our game is over now. We had a lot more tactical considerations in this one. Getting bogged down up there might have been a mistake. Might have wanted to bring that Prang down over here to drag him over, but what else are you going to do tactically? A scenario with an objective was also a lot more interesting than a straight-up dogfight. And it was kind of nice to see how the not the orbital strike, the airstrike works. It did kind of dictate the flow of battle a little bit. It did force those guys to think more than they would have. If you're playing this as a two-player game, I think that's going to be a much more interesting mechanic. Having that guesswork of when will it land, where will it land. It was pretty obvious that it was going to target this area here to slow down the walkers a little bit. And otherwise, the one complaint I have about this game, I think, is that for whatever reason, it just seems like armor is OP. Now, I wouldn't say that. Not that armor is OP. I think the rules are fine. I just kind of think for whatever reason, man, that +1 just makes it really hard. The guys stick around for a while. What are we at? About 35, 40 minutes into a simple little game? One squad versus essentially 3 squads? Let me know your thoughts. Ultimately, for a game that costs $5, we're getting a lot of use out of this. And we've barely scratched the surface. There's all kinds of fun stuff we can do. We may need to put together a nice little bug hunt with a swarm of those green morphs, the green xenomorphs coming after our power armor. That could be interesting. I don't know. Look for that in a few days. Till then, happy holidays. I'm praying for you.